welcome back to Elder Scrolls Online. It's taken me a little while, but this is finally the video where I'm going to talk about the collectibles that come with the chapter for Elder Scrolls Online called Elsweyr. This has been quite a bit of work. I have not been able to collect everything, but the things that I could collect, I did. And so my intention with this video is to show you where to get it, how to get it, and if possible, what it looks like. So let's get started. If this is, I just wanted to put in the disclaimer, I will not show step-by-step quests. I might show a end screen where I collect the collectible, so you might see a bit of dialogue that I don't know if it'll be a spoiler for you. I'm trying to keep it spoiler free. If you're looking for a quest step-by-step guide for the collectibles, this is not the video for you, so please don't waste your time watching it. This is just going to show you, if possible, a location on the map where you can find the quest giver if it's a quest. Look at the achievements if it's an achievement, and what it looks like. So with that said, this might take a little bit of time. I have some resources that I may use, other websites to show things that I did not collect, and some other tools that might help you with collecting. So all of those will be listed in the comments below. Any references to websites and links will be in the comments below. And then also I will put in timestamps for the collectible you might be looking for, so you can just skip through to it. And with that said, let's get started. This is a collectible that was available with the prequel, and the quest is still available, so it is a quest. The first ones that I'm talking about are going to be the quests. The first one is from the Crown store. You can still get this. This is the Sealed Imperial Summons. It is free. And this is the very first one that you get before you ever arrive in Elsweyr. You can still get to Elsweyr and do all the other stuff right now with early access and once it's into full release. But this is still available in the Crown store, and I highly recommend that you do this quest. It's an amazing quest and get a very cool little memento at the end. So let's have a look at that memento. So the memento that you get for the end of this quest is called Dragonflight Illusion Gem. Use this enchanted gemstone to cast a brief illusion of a flight of dragons, acquired by completing the quest, The Halls of Colossus. So let's have a look at that. Now, these mementos are available to be slotted in your quick bar slot, so I've done that already. And all I have to do is press Q to see it. Very cool, isn't it? Right, the next one that I'm going to talk about was not listed in the patch notes, and so it was a big surprise for me. So once you're doing the main quest in Elsweyr, you finish this one here, the Remen Revolution, and it takes you through 4 series of very long, complicated, and awesome quests. And once you get done with that, you get another main part of the main quest, so it's like a second part, and you'll get one called the Final Order. And once you complete that, there's several quests in this line called the Heir of Aquinania, and So there's several different quests. They all have their own names. But the very first one that you get in this series is called the Final Order. When you complete that quest, you get a surprise collectible that they did not mention in the patch notes. At least I did not catch it. So what you get at the very end is you get of that very first quest is you get an outfit style called the Skyterror Dragonslayer Pauldrons, acquired by completing the quest The Final Order. So now we are in the outfit station. We're gonna preview this shoulder. I find it under shoulders, listed under signature, and I uncheck the show lock so I don't have a bunch of stuff that doesn't pertain to the conversation here. So here is the Skyterror Dragonslayer Pauldrons. Right, I'm going to erase the color on my shoulders so that we can actually see what the pauldrons look like before they're dyed. So let's go ahead and equip them. There. So these look like they're made out of dragon scales, and they are kind of a bluish color already. They're very pretty with the spikes and a piece of metal here. So once they're dyed, you can dye them, of course, with the set dyes. And for me, because there's only 2 spots to dye on this shoulder piece, it just dyed the metal and the horns. But the beautiful blue color sticks around. So I really like that. It's very pretty. And it costs 500 in-game gold for one of the outfit style change tokens from the Crown store to apply. But 500 gold in-game is not too bad for me. I've got the money, so I'll go ahead and apply it. And there you have it. Alright, the next one is also not in the patch notes again. So once we've done the final order, we continue on with Cadwell the Betrayer, Jode's Core, and we finally finish the Heir of Aquinia. Anaquina? Alright, I'm sorry, I really can't pronounce these things. So we complete this, and what we get is another collectible that is not listed in the patch notes. So what we get is the Skyterror Dragonslayer mask. It is another outfit style, and it costs 1,000 gold to apply. So let's have a look at it. There's also the quest that gives you the final tablet for this chapter for the Lunar Champion Hall, and so they did not mention that this was going to be part of the reward. So let's go back and see what it looks like. In armor styles, we're looking for the head, and we will look for signature. And this is the outfit Skyterror Dragonslayer mask.
I sure hope I'm not alone when I run into one of those.
Okay, this is dyed, so once again I'm going to erase the dye just to have a look. It does not appear to... Oh, there we go. So that is the way the helmet looks. It is very dramatic. I love this helmet. I love this helmet. It is gorgeous. So another free outfit style for completing quests in Elsweyr. Alright, the next collectible is called the Madgods Turban Hat. It is available by completing the quest, Lunacy of 2 Moons. This quest can be found over here at the, right outside the Tenmar Temple Way Shrine in Elsweyr. See the larger picture. You have Rimmon here. Tenmar Temple Way Shrine is down here. And then just around the corner, all of the questing will be done around over here at the 2 Moons at Tenmar Temple. So the priest is sitting around out here just outside the Way Shrine, and you pick up the quest from him.
Jar, spare a kind. This bright moons shine up.
Lunacy of 2 Moons. So once you are done with all of the questing involved with the temple, you will receive a Madgods turban. This is an actual costume hat. And then it claims, although accounts vary as to Sheogorath's appearance, several claim he wears a multi-hued turban. Would that I could verify this. Excerpted from Mistress Valasti's journal circa 2E579. Acquired by completing the quest of the Lunacy of 2 Moons. So we will go ahead and collect our little prize here.
For the moment, it is all this one.
Alright, so let's see what this new hat looks like. The Madgods turban. Wow, okay. So on a female, it looks like that. At least we get to keep our hair tucked up inside the turban. It's actually pretty nice. It already has the purple coloring that I like. Sort of a purple and a red coloring. And there you have it. A collectible hat. The next one I'm going to talk about is 2 more outfit styles. This is called the Ancient Moon Crescent and the Pristine Moon Crescent outfit styles. It is, this is the one probably that gave me the most trouble. So I am here at GameMaps.com in ESO Elsweyr map. I had some very conflicting information when I talked to local people and guildmates and stuff about where to find the quest giver for this. This is a reward for doing a quest. And funny as it may seem, out of the instructions that I got, both were right. This one's a little tricky. There is a sky shard, if you can see here. If you take this way shrine here, the Hako Shea way shrine, here's Rimmon up here, and the Hako Shea way shrine is here, and then ride all the way and kind of have to ride through these roads. This is a little deceiving. This road doesn't really go straight to her. It's but she is actually more like right around here. I'll show you in just a second. What we're looking for is a quest giver named Vastari, and she appears in 2 places on the map. Alright, here she is right here. I'll show you where I am on the map. If you have destinations or sky shards or anything that shows the sky shards on the map, and you have not already collected this, this is called On the Ridgeline Overlooking the Ashen Scar. And as you can see, the difference between my map and the one on the website is that the website makes you think that she's right here, but I actually have to travel up the road a little bit, go over this ridge, and come back down this road. So she's sort of in this valley here. The sky shard is up there, And this is Vistari. And I'll show you the other location in just a moment. Alright, this is the second location. So the Sky Shard is over here. And that's a little kind of a gully. And this is the other location where I found Vistari. It's just north of the Bone Pit and across the road from this unnamed ruin here. So you can see there's the main road there. There's this area over here. It doesn't really have a name right now. And she's standing right in front of this little memorial kind of thing with a light. So 2 places to find her. Now, the patch notes said that you get these style pages by finishing a quest called the Moonlight Blade. But the reason why it took me so long, because I kept seeing her in my hunt for this quest, but she doesn't give you a quest called the Moonlight Blade. What she gives you is one called the Witch of Azora to start. So my best advice is to follow her quest all the way through. So you start with the Witch of Azora. All of her questing is down here in this Ashen Scar. It's a necropolis of some sort. And it's an amazing quest line, really. It is quite amazing. And before you get to the Moonlight Blade, though, you will also complete another quest called the Path of the Hidden Moon. So it is quite complex. And once you finish the entire series, you get Witch of Azora, Path of the Hidden Moon, and then finally you will get the Moonlight Blade. These 3 quests are amazing, and I highly recommend them. So I have my other character ready to turn in the Moonlight Blade quest, and we'll go take a look and see what she gets and what it looks like. I'll be right back. Alright, so when you're ready to complete the Moonlight Blade, you will be given a piece of jewelry of the Crafty Elf ink set and 2 styles, the Ancient Moon Crescent and the Pristine Moon Crescent. These appear to be weapon styles, and it's kind of interesting that they look more like scythes, but we'll see. The application cost for these is 1,500 of the in-game gold at the outfit station. So let's go ahead and collect this, and then we will see what they look like on our weapons at the outfit station.
We may have sundered and...
So they are one-handed. Alright. So let's go ahead and see what they look like. Alright, so I am at the crafting station. We will have a look at these. I have gone ahead and cleared the dyes off of my current outfit. So let's see what they look like. We've got one for offhand and on and main hand. So let's just check and see what we've got going on. Gotta find it again because I did something. So the Ancient Moon Crescent. See where it is. Wait for it to show up. There we go. Okay, you can see it in this hand right here. This is the Ancient Moon Crescent. It does have a poison effect on it, so that's why you're seeing a little bit of green. So it does look like a scythe. Kind of interesting, and if you're playing a necromancer, or having little scythe swords out would be kind of interesting as well. Let's let's click on the main hand, or the offhand here, and apply the Pristine Moon Crescent. Alright, you can see on this one, this one has, they look very similar. Not quite sure. Yeah, they do look very similar. One is Ancient Moon Crescent, and the other one is Pristine Moon Crescent. Either way, you can equip both styles on either your main or offhand one-handed weapon. So there you have it. Those are the two new outfit styles. For me to equip both of them, it will cost me 3,000 in-game gold, or one outfit change token. And the next collectible is going to be a furnishing, and this is it's more like an achievement collectible, but it does require to go through 2 quests to get there. So let's have a look at that. Right here, we start in, so here's Rimmon here, you go down here, we go all the way to Riverhold. In Riverhold, you will see that there is a place called the House of Histories. So this is the main courtyard here. You would just come in past the horse trainer, and then hang a left and go between the building here and behind. There's like a basement door. You come in and you come all the way down into the basement, and then you will see Irea, and she will give you the quest called the Song of Kingdoms. And basically what you're doing is, we've seen these quests before in all of the other chapters and or seen them. You need to go and find a whole bunch of things to replace and put back into this place. So this is a this is called the Rithana-di-Renada, and you are going to have to go out and find all of these fragments and put them back in here. And once you get this achievement, you will get the furnishing. So let's look at the achievement. So under Elsweyr, it's really right at the top here. It's called Mural Mender. And as you can see, you have a lot of fragments to collect. And at the end, you get the replica of the Rithana-di-Renada. Now, it's a little tricky because, well, number one, you have to find these things. They are out in the world. Most of them are kind of like, I found them in dungeons, I found them near bosses, I found them near places of interest on the map. But if you're like me, and you're trying to get an achievement and you just don't have all day long to try to find these or anything, then you're going to want to get a tool or two to help you. Now, also, I wanted to point out that you collect, it says 17 fragments in the patch notes, but really it's 16 fragments plus a singing crystal. So like I said, there are 2 quests involved. Once you speak to this lady here, Irea, she will give you the Song of the Kingdoms. You find all of the fragments, you put them in the wall here, and then she will give you another quest called the Singing Crystal. And so that's another thing you're going to have to go out and find. It's not that hard. That part's not that hard because it pretty much leads you to it. But let's have a look at some of the tools that I had to use to find all of the fragments. So I use add-ons, and if you don't know how to use add-ons, I'm sorry, this is not the video for you. I found an add-on called Elsweyr Mural Mender. I found it in Minion and I installed it. And what this does, it's got some dependencies, so you're going to have these dependencies are library add-on, lib add-on menu 2.0, lib map pins 1.0, and custom compass pins in order for it to work. I have a few things that give me special things on the map right now actively. I have compass, there's the custom compass pins. I'm using bandits, which has a lot of utility as built in, so it's already kind of on the map. But I also have destinations, and I also have map pins, which is another one right here. This seems to work on any map. I think it doesn't even require the other add-ons. This kind of works like the Sky Shard add-on right here. So it's independent of any of these other add-ons. And it will just show on your map where these things are. So let's have a look at how this works. So here's my map. And the fragments show up. They're actually really hard to see because of the way their color is almost the same color tone as the map. But as you can see, this add-on puts the fragments in on top of your places of interest where they should be. So here you can see one is near a boss. Here you can see one this is near a Sky Shard. And this is also a public dungeon. And that's right, both of the public dungeons have one of the fragments. So this one's easier to see, Orc Rest. The fragment will show up in Orc Rest. You do have to go all the way over here through all the mobs and everything to get to this little fragment. But luckily it's not that far from a quest location, so you might be able to do a few things together at the same time in Orc Rest. So I will discuss the Orc Rest collectibles in just a moment. But as you can see, this little add-on is extremely helpful, even though it's kind of hard to see from the color tone of the fragment, but you can see what I mean. It really does help find these things. And the other way that you can do this is again at the gamesmap.com ESO Elsweyr map. All of these things are listed. So right here you can see the mural mender fragments are listed, and most of the cases I was able to use the map pins to tell me where they are, but I had trouble finding at least two of them because the one that's in the necropolis here, that fragment was not showing up at the time I was doing the collectible. And so, and even here you can see there's no number here that says there's one here, but there is. So all of these numbers here are associated with these nice bright numbers on the screen here. And so this will really help you also to have this up while you're playing the game. And then down here they have maps of all the dungeons, and as you can see inside of these dungeons there's numbers, and these are the fragments inside the little dungeons and inside of Orc Rest and inside of Remen. So this website is extremely helpful in finding the fragments. For the most part, I liked using the add-on for the surface ones, but if you need to get into the dungeons, find them, then pulling up this map is really going to help you. And I will be putting a link in the description below the video for this. So if you wanted to know what a fragment looks like, so when you're out in the world and you see them, you might have seen them already wandering around doing dungeons or exploring. It's these little green glowy bits. So you can see it's green and glowy. Depending on your effects volume, you might also hear a little bit of a ringing or a humming to help draw your attention to it. So once you collect them,
The kingdom of Kenarthia, land of sweet treats and sweeter meats. Rachin even kissed a mermaid on its moonlit shores. Or perhaps it was just a very shapely fish.
so you collect it, and Rajin, who is the god of thieves for the Khajiit, appears and gives you some tidbits. And then you take them back to the Hall of Histories and place it in the wall. So this character has found all of the fragments, and she's found the singing crystal, but she has to turn that in. And so this is an achievement collectible, and so it's not something you're going to get from turning in the quest. It's going to happen automatically after it's all said and done. So I'm going to turn this in.
The song.
We're going to skip through that.
Well,
Take that. Okay.
The House of Histories is proud to reveal the Rithana-di-Renada. Please step forward.
So now my collection
This
is
mural was
updated with the
created as a
replica. And I'm sorry, I had to try to rush through the end of that quest because I'm really trying to avoid spoilers, but this one might be a little bit of a spoiler. Let's go to a house and put my new mural down. Alright, so I had to find a large home in order to put this down. So I went to, I have the grotto, but also could probably go at the Senche-Lion, either one of those two. They have a nice outdoor space, would probably work. So this is what it looks like in preview while we are in the furnishing editor in the home. So let's go ahead and place it. It is quite large. It is the same size as the wall that you saw. So let's put it down. If you can hear it, I might have to turn this up a bit, but this is a singing wall. So the song on the wall is affected by the effects volume. But it's not as loud as it is in Riverhold. In Riverhold, you can hear that song coming out of that basement from the middle of town. The sound does lower the farther, so it is proximity based. So I like this. It is there, but it doesn't overpower your home with the song. You can put it somewhere and it won't, you know, this is a very big home area, so I won't hear it from way over there. This is a very nice collection. It has, if you get up really close, you can see it has some small engravings of Khajiit from different locations, different towns, different stories doing things. It's very intricate and detailed. It's very cute. So that is another one of the more difficult ones to get, simply because of the time it takes to collect all of the fragments. And so there's that. The Replica of the Rithana-di-Renada. Alright, if you do play player versus player stuff. There is a new collectible for you, and basically what it is for doing dailies in Imperial City. You will collect these things called Cyrodiil merits for doing these dailies, and right here in your wherever your base is, it's kind of hard to tell. This is where it is in the Daggerfall Covenant side. What you're looking for is this vendor right here, the Telvar General Merchant. Once you have 20 Cyrodiil merits, you would come here to this store.
Yes, you're welcome to browse.
And scroll on down until you see the Siege of Cyrodiil recognition. When you have at least 20 Siege of Cyrodiil merits, use them to consume use this here. Use to consume those 20 merits and create a rune box called Siegemaster's Close Helm. So this is one that I probably will not be getting, so I will show you what it looks like in the ESO Fashion website. Right, this is a great website. This is ESO Fashion. It's eso.mmo/fashion.com. I'll put the link down below if you want to look at any outfits, collectible outfits, anything like that. This is an excellent place to go. So once you combine the 20 Siege of Cyrodiil merits, you will get this hat. And they show what the hat looks like from all directions and from all races. So that's what I like about this website. It gives you a preview of what it looks like on the different races. So from what I can tell, it looks like perhaps the Argonians have a little bit elongated here, and then the Kushite will have little ear protectors, but that's about the same. And then they show an example of what it could be like if you dyed it. Kind of a cool helmet. So if you like doing the Imperial City quest, daily quest, then this is something that you can get pretty quickly. And that's that collectible. Alright, so the next couple of achievements are all done and or found in the 2 public dungeons in Elsweyr, so let's look at those. Here is Rimmon right here. The closest one to that is the public dungeon for the Necropolis, the Rimmon Necropolis. And that's where I am right now. You basically can kind of come down here, you can kind of cross country it from here, or you can come up from the Akoshe Way Shrine and ride up this road to a path that leads right to the front door. Either way, you can find your way here. And the second one is Orc Rest. It is located here. You come from the Stitches and you cross this bridge, goes over this canyon here, and then down these little stairs. So this is where the 2 dungeons are. Alright, so at the very beginning of this dungeon, this is the Necropolis, you're going to find Saviwa. He is going to give you a quest. And for both of these dungeons, I would pretty much call these quests fetch quests. You basically have to run around the dungeon, put your life in danger from all of the mobs. Public dungeons have groups of mobs. There are a lot of people that want to level in here because of the groups of mobs, but they can be very dangerous. So unless you're at max level, you might want to come in with some friends. And once you're done with the quest, you will get a memento. You only get the memento once, so only one character has to complete this quest to get it. And once you have it, you can use it with any other character. Now, in the patch notes, this memento is called Urn Smash Memento. But that's not what it's called. It's called Brittle Burial Urn. And it says, show the strength of your emotions by destroying this hapless urn. Beware the consequences. Acquired by completing the quest, relatively speaking, in Elsweyr, which is what you get here in the Rimmen Necropolis. So here's what it looks like. Alright, the other thing that you can get here is another collectible. It is called the Grisly Mummy Tabby Pet. And this is one where you have to run around in here for a long time to get a very rare drop of mummified Elfique parts. So once you have all the parts, then you can put them together. It's required to get 10, and then you will get the pet. So let's have a look at the pet. So once again, at ESO Fashion, they happen to have a picture of the pet. This achievement is, both of the public dungeons have some kind of a little thing that you can get for picking up fragments or pieces of something, and they are rare drops. I've heard complaints about this. The last time I did any one of these dungeon collectibles, I had a friend and we ran around, and if they had different parts you had to collect together, then we would, you know, trade. We would say, all right, I need this and that, and we would trade together. We were able to complete it. I have not yet picked up a piece of this mummy Tabby, but we are looking for mummified Elfique parts. You need 10, you use it, and then you get a cat that looks like this. It looks pretty weird. It looks like it has a leather mask on it, and it just looks pretty weird to me. Plus it's a mummy, but you know, still, it's another free pet, and it's gonna take a lot of work to get it. So, on to the next. Alright, so now I'm at the Orc Rest public dungeon, and it is located right here. I did come across a bridge to get here, and then there is a quest giver standing around right out here. You will follow his quest line. Again, it's sort of another fetch quest. Go in there, rescue some people, get some stuff, and come back out here. When you're done, you'll be given another memento. Also, this dungeon has the collectible. It's a costume collectible. But you'll end up running all around in here against various dangerous mobs and so forth, and so you might need a little planning. Make sure you bringing a friend, or if you're max level you could probably handle it solo. Anyway, let's have a look at the memento when we're done. When we are done, we will get the Winnowing Plague Decoction. The Peryite cultists have an interesting worldview. For instance, some will carry around that bottle. No, don't open that! Quote, Darava. Acquired by completing the quest, Unhealthy Preoccupation in Elsweyr. So that's what you get here at Orc Rest. Let's I've got it slotted. Yes, I do. Alright, so let's see what happens when I use this memento. Alright, so she just lets the plague out. Very lovely little quest there. Memento. So, there's that. Now let me show you the costume that you have to get. Again, this is another collectible that you get by collecting fragments or pieces of something. Alright, so this is called the Peryite Skeevemaster costume. It is an achievement costume. Find and use 10 plague-drenched fabrics in the Orcrest City Public Dungeon. So again, you just get these things while you're killing. Make sure you loot all the bodies. It goes for both of these public dungeons. And then this is what the outfit looks like. It's very strange. So you've got this completely mummified face. And then they have put it, looks like they put it on everything. A human, Argonian, and Khajiits. But it has that same kind of creepy face wrapped up, and then they've dyed it just to show you all the parts that can be dyed. So there you have it. That's an interesting costume. And anyway, if you really want to go for it, then have fun, because if you're going to be grinding in these public dungeons anyway, leveling new characters, you might as well, right? Alright, the final collection of these are achievement collectibles associated with Sunspire. So this is a 12-man raid that is performed in this dungeon here, Sunspire. There are many ways to get here. Usually you just take if you've been here before, you can take a way shrine and teleport to it. But most people, what they do is they'll, you know, queue up into it in a group and so forth. So you can discover this solo, and you can come in here, at least in the beginning, into these rooms by yourself if you just want to see it. I definitely do not recommend going in here solo ever. Just can come in here where the quest giver is. You can go a little bit in there and see something pretty spectacular, but as soon as you start seeing any hostilities, it's best to turn around and run away. And while the doors are open, you can still do that. So anyway, there are achievements associated with this that have different rewards. Okay, and so this is an entire list of everything that you can achieve in Sunspire. Now, so you get different titles. Those are great. Godslayer, wow, wouldn't it be cool to run around with a Godslayer title? Extinguisher of Flames, that sort of thing. But then there's also, you know, kill a number of things. And then, you have your dash. So you can get this done within 30 minutes in veteran mode. And then you have basically several different rewards that you can get. These are going to be the collectibles. So, with Sunspire Dragon Break, this is going to give you a Sunspire Champion Senche-Lion. If you can see what is required, basically you need to have all of the achievements to get this Senche-Lion. The Sunspire Completed will give you another title, and Sunspire Conqueror will give you a Sunspire Icefire skin. So let's have a look at these items. They are on the most of them are on the ESO Fashion website, except for the skin. So let's have a look at those. Alright, so first you'll get a trophy. This is Nahviintaas. Nahviintaas, whatever. I can't pronounce it, sorry. This is what you get for completing the final boss. Is the trophy on a head, so you get a dragon head mounted. Then we have another one. This is the bust, the Nahviintaas bust. This is for doing veteran Sunspire, and you would have to finish the final boss in the veteran mode. This comes on a pedestal, so it's a nice furnishing for the house. You can see it sideways, this picture. Very, very nice. I like that one. Then the Senche-Lion, as I said, you have to complete all of the challenges for this dungeon. And so it's going to be very, very hard to get. You'll probably have to run the dungeon a lot and until you do get all of the achievements. It is a very nice looking mount. Very sparkly. Very icy, very fiery. With the detail on the gear it's wearing. Is a very nice looking mount. So it'll definitely be a worthy reward for someone who completes all of the challenges in Sunspire. And then next we have over on Owlcast, because I couldn't find it in the MMO fashion. This is on the Owlcast's website for trial skins. This is the Icefire skin for the player. And this is by completing the Sunspire Conqueror achievement. Now I think it looks better on the mount than it does on the people. But if you like this sort of thing, it looks kind of translucent. So let's look at that achievement then. So Sunspire Conqueror is basically defeating all of the bosses in veteran mode. So you know, that's a pretty good thing, but yeah, it's probably not something I'm going to be getting anytime soon. So anyway, that is the end of all of the achievements that were listed in the past in the patch notes, except for probably the one that I found that was not listed. So I tried to be as thorough as I could with this video. It may have taken a little bit longer than usual. A lot of fading in and out and transferring of characters and so forth, but it took me a long time to get the ones that I could collect collected and this whole thing together. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope you get something out of this video. If this does not meet your standards, I am sorry, but I have done the best that I can. It's taken me many days to get the collectibles that I have and to try to get this organized and put together and all that. So I hope that you can appreciate that. Anyway, take care everybody and have a nice day. Thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this presentation. Please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel, Oma Games. If you would like to see my live streams, please go to twitch.tv and follow Miss Oma. Take care everybody, and I will see you next time.